We are ready to weld. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Mod Garage YouTube channel. It's good to be back, and we're actually working on the truck today, and we're going to be working on the hot side today. I was having some trouble with the O2 sensor reading correctly because it was just kind of tacked into the end there, and the hot side needs done so we can do some more tuning. So I wanted to get the hot side together, run that manifold down across the bottom up to this side to a collector for the turbo. So we're not going to put the turbo on quite yet, but we do want to put, I don't have the T4 flange at this point, but we do want to get it right to where we need to have it for the turbo, so nothing needs to be changed once we weld the flange on to the collector. So probably what we'll end up is just putting a little stack straight up for now, long enough that I can actually put my O2 sensor in so it can read a little more accurately. Stopped at an exhaust shop and got a bunch of my mandrel bent 90s 45s. I got two 3-inches, which I'm not even actually sure if I'm going to need those, maybe later, but 2.5 45s, 2.5 90s, a flex coupler for, it's going to be a quick disconnect on the one side of it so the two manifolds aren't tied together, so it can give a little, won't crack anything, break anything. I did get a reducer, which does not look very pretty, but I'm going to end up cutting this and make these real nice and straight. So this is like 3 ID to 2.5 OD or something like that, so I can reduce to my header, which is 3-inch. The header looks like that, so I'll be able to just kind of butt weld it right up against it. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to chop this back further. It's too far out, so I'm gonna have to cut this back both sides, but I want to have them even. Y'all know how the LS engines are. The head on this side is front further than the head on that side, this one front further than that one, so I want to have them even, so they're going to be cut probably at different points on the manifold. And then we're going to run a 90, 2.5 90 all the way down, 45 it to the flex coupler, come over here, 45 it, maybe a 90 or a straight, I'm not sure, and how this is all going to turn out with the turbo sitting in here. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work, but we're going to lay it out and we're going to get this hot side tacked up. I'm going to tack it with a MIG, and then one of the guys I work with is a professional TIG welder, and he will use that machine right there, and he will get it TIG welded perfectly, beautifully. So I won't be able to run it today with the hot side on, but because obviously the seams won't be welded, but hopefully Monday night we can fire this thing up and listen to that sound again, but with the hot side completed. We are ready to weld. All right, this is really coming along nice. Check this out. Wow. So we got everything up here. There's a reducer from 3 to, get the light right here, there we go, from 3-inch to 2.5, and it's not quite right. There's a little lip right there, but that's not going to be the worst thing. And then I got down there to my flex joint, and I have a V-band on the left side there of the flex joint. I don't have the T4 flange yet. That's coming next week on Thursday, so we'll be able to get that welded on at that point. So, but this is really looking great, guys. It's really exciting to see this come together. Okay, so here's the plan. I just looked at my T4 flange that I bought online, and it has this cutout right here, to a 3-inch circle on the back. So where my pipe's weld on, I'm gonna weld on a 3-inch piece of pipe and smash it at the one end so it goes to the ends of these pipes right here, which are kind of gonna be rectangular shaped. So I'm gonna try to cut these to match that and make an adapter with the pipes I have, and see if we can get it really close. Okay guys, hey, I got some stuff done here. Finally got my collector welded together here. It was really hard to get this thing, all these points right, to get it, because there was a couple different angles coming up here. It was really hard to do, and you can see that comes up a little bit at a turn. This is a 45-degree angle, and it's just cocked just a little bit, but and it's kind of pointing up, and I did that on purpose because this little flange here is where the turbo is going to bolt to. I'm just going to cut this off when we get the T4 flange, when ready to mount the turbo, and put that on here. But I wanted it tilting. I wanted this exhaust shooting up just a little bit because I want the wastegate right here. So the wastegate's going to get priority before the turbo. So the exhaust gases are coming up from that side and this side, and they're going to hit that wastegate, and that's going to take care of the pressures before entering the turbo, so we do not have boost creep. I put this little exhaust on just for now. So I always wanted a teardrop exhaust. Oh man, I wish it was a little bigger, like 4-inch maybe, or 5-inch, but hey, what the world, just for now. Yeah, I'm gonna put my oxygen sensor bung, I guess, right in there, probably. Or maybe I can temporarily, maybe here would be an alright place to put it for now. Time for a break. My favorite coffee drink, Starbucks double shot espresso and cream. So delicious. I'm gonna find these wheel spacers somewhere. I thought I had wheel spacers. Yeah, there we go. There's one. Ooh. Don't fall. Don't get eaten by snakes. Ah! Don't hurt your ankles. Goodness. There we go. So we're working at the rear axle stuff. I never finished the brakes on the axles, and it's got the brake calipers, disc brakes conversion. So I want to put those calipers on. They have brake pads in and everything, and see what we need to hook up the brakes and stuff. And I definitely want to put these wheel spacers back on because they're in just a little too far. But I see a problem here too. These studs are too long, so I'm gonna have to cut the studs off. And look who came to visit me. Okay, we've got a lot done. We got the brake calipers mounted. I was able to use my original e-brake cables, but they were just a little long from this point to this point, and they sent brake cables with the kit, but I didn't want to have to mess up my whole thing. So all I did was add a 1.5 inch spacer. This is aluminum pipe, 1/2 inch inside diameter, and I had to ream it out just a little bit to get this to fit, but this spaced it back far enough that the stroke is correct for the emergency brakes. It is so perfect. Everything worked out just right. So this side the same way, little spacer there, and I see this is hitting my bar. It's probably gonna rattle. We'll get that figured out. So oh, and then the brake lines, the brake hoses, I mounted this one here right on the suspension, and I was like, you know what, that's not the way cars do it. They usually, this is part of the pickup frame, and this is going up and down, which it will work fine, but the way the original truck was, the brake lines went straight to the axle, and then it was a hard line going in all the way up to the here, and there was a block welded to the top, and where this line just went to, and that's where it split. But since I mounted this side up already, I didn't feel like cutting it off. I was like, we'll mount the other side from the frame as well, make sure there's enough of a line there for suspension travel, which works out perfect. And what we'll do is take a hard line from here, come up along this bar here, since this one does not move. Let's mount it straight to the frame, a couple brake lines, and the back will be finished I tightened the universal joints down. All I gotta do is add fluid and a vent tube for the axle, which is right there. That's threaded already. I better get that on there before I forget. What's that? I'm not sure what that is. So anyway, it's looking really good. That's where we're gonna end off for tonight, guys. It has been a great day. I just want to show you those headers again, the hot side that I fabbed up today. This is a sweet looking deal. Little teardrop shape oxygen sensor bung for running at NA, just to get it running good for now. The headers, and they actually turned a little gold from having it running a little bit, so I like that. That's a cool color. Yeah, and here's the other piece with the flex joint. So all V-band stuff, simple, easy peasy lemon squeezy. If you liked the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you in the next video. Have a great night.